This is an OnlyFans girl. Actually, she's in the Bop House with Sophie Ray too, or she was. This is number 69 for Mr. B, number 67 or 69 from Mr. B Squid Games.
Okay.
Okay. Listen to what this girl said. She makes bank. I think she's making about $2 million a month. Sorry.
I have this guy, okay, that he has like a base salary, right? And basically I don't even know my bank like info login, but like he goes in there every month and like invests for me, and basically what I do whenever I want something, I call him and I'm like, bro, can I buy this? He's like, yeah, you're good. And like the only rule I have for him is like the second he tells me I can't buy something because I don't have enough money, like he's fired.
How do you know he's putting your money into actual investments? You know where your money's at?
Okay.
How do you know how much money's in your bank account? How do you know your own bank password?
My point.
What?
Listen, people are like, oh, what if he steals from you? I'm like, he could steal all he wants, as long as when I call him and I'm allowed to get what I want. As long as forever in time, for the rest of my life, I can get what the I want, I could give two.
Do you even know how much you paid in taxes?
No, but he does it all for me.
All these OF girls are cooked.
What?
Do it.
That was the dumbest shit
Jack Doherty
I've ever heard.
Jack Doherty.
And he was very nice about it.
I know, but he's the genius in this, and people fucking hate him, you know. But
you hate him for what?
I mean, for all other shit he's done.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like this dude was very logical in that conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you all something.
What the fuck type of dumb shit is
this
that?
This is the dumbest shit
this guy
I've ever
He's literally living. He's
like a
he's
base
probably
salary,
just living
right?
off of her bank account.
And basically,
doing whatever he wants.
I don't even know my bank like info login, but like he goes in there every month and like invests for me, and basically what I do whenever I want something, I call him and I'm like, bro, can I buy this? He's like, yeah, you're good. And like the only rule I have for him is like the second he tells me I can't buy something because I don't have enough money, like he's fired.
How do you know he's putting your money into actual investments? You know where your money's at?
Okay.
How do you know how much money's in your bank account? How do you know your own bank password?
My point.
What?
Listen, people are like, oh, what if he steals from you? I'm like, he could steal all he wants, as long as when I call him and I'm allowed to get what I want. As long as forever in time, for the rest of my life, I can get what the I want, I could give two.
Do you even know how much you paid in taxes?
No, but he does it all for me.
All these OF girls are cooked.
So she doesn't even know what he's investing her money into? How do you not know?
Let me tell you all. Johnny Depp cleaned out by his fucking accountants. Okay? Dane Cook, his accountant was like his brother. Cleaned him the fuck out.
Rihanna, remember she had that song? Bitch better have my money.
Was that based on that?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Somebody was fucking with her money.
No, because...
Yeah, one of her account, or I think it was her account.
Because, okay, here's what happened when you come to Hollywood, right? And this is the craziest shit ever.
Oh my gosh. You get rich, and then you let somebody else take care of your finances.
Right. So this not some...
Isn't that what happened with Selena? And why the old lady shot her too?
Maybe, but this
that was
is
in the movie.
I don't know Selena's story. But okay, but here's because I know a dude who was doing some acting, right? And he had some moderate success.
Okay.
And so he had the accountants. What the accountants do is they could do things different ways, right? Mm-hmm. You could have an accountant like where like I have my account, I control my account, you know what I mean? I give my accountant access, like viewer only access. So he could see what I'm spending on and do my taxes, because they need to know some of this shit.
Right,
so they can put these things in different categories, right? So you could do it that way. Or you could give your accountant full access to make withdrawals, deposits, all that sort of stuff, right?
Right.
And then the account would also pay your electricity bill, your phone bill, the disc bill. Right. So you never have a company calling you to be like, yo, Sky.
Why not just have all your bills automatically withdrawn every month?
Yeah, but
auto pay.
You still have to control that.
Auto pay?
Yeah, because I mean, sometimes auto pay changes or you want a new plan or anything like that. My point is, some actors do not deal with any of that shit. Not only actors, basketball players, football players, them too. They have accountants who deal with every aspect of that.
For me, I just don't understand, what is the point of making so much fucking money if you don't want to have access to it, or if you don't want to like...
No, but you gotta understand.
If you want somebody else to control it. Like,
because it takes time to like manage your life. Like think of you being on the phone.
Kevin Hart can do it. I saw this interview where this guy said he had lunch with Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart had his phone up and he was looking at shit as they were talking. Mm-hmm. And he asked him like, what is that you're looking at? Kevin Hart showed him. It was all of his bank statements, all of this, all of that. he was looking at exactly where his money was going, where, all of that shit.
Okay.
Because it makes sense to control your own fucking money and not let somebody else control it.
Okay, hold on. But that's not exactly true. It really depends. Like I say, some actors choose to give these dudes full control, right? And if you're doing that, that's a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what the fuck's going on. Now, in the case of like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, you think they're on the phone talking to AT&T about their fucking phone bill? No. They have different accounts, right?
Why would you need to if it's just on auto pay?
Yeah, but you weren't sitting there doing it. You gotta understand these dudes do other things. Handling a phone bill is not in their fucking job description.
It takes 2 seconds to set up an auto pay. You have the money in your account, you're fucking rich. Your phone bill's only gonna be $200.
Slow down. They don't go to the shop to buy shit. They don't do any of that. They have people to do that.
Okay.
However, there would be very specific accounts for doing that. Okay. So like his food account that's managed by Sheila might get like $100,000 a month, right? Obviously you have people coming over, they're eating the best. So it's probably not even that much, right?
Okay.
And so at the end of the year, there would be accountants who would audit your account to make sure you ain't stealing nothing.
Right.
This is actually what you bought. This is how it was spent, right? So he would kind of like diversify these accounts with different people. But he's not sitting there going through all of them. You know what I mean? But if he wanted to, he could have accountants deal with all that and not touch any of that. However, you're gonna get robbed because someone's gonna fucking rob you, which is why I would never ever give an accountant complete access.
I understand that when you're rich, you buy more shit and you pay for more shit. So it's probably a lot more to try to keep up with. But like, I don't know, you guys. Like, y'all deserve to have your money fucking stolen from you.
Not necessarily. Like, she does.
Yeah, she absolutely does.
Because she's not at that fucking level, like where you need to do that. Even if you're making $1 million a month, like an OnlyFans girl, like, dude, you could still manage your own finances. It ain't that crazy.
Yeah.
Naturally, if you're a billionaire with 95, like if you're Elon Musk, think about this. You got Tesla, Neuralink, The Boring Company, SpaceX.
The Boring Company.
That's in one of his companies. You got X or Twitter. You have all this shit to run, right? Like you can't purposely be there looking at every bill. So you have to have everything siloed and then different checks and balances to make sure you ain't robbed. You're not fucking robbing them.
Okay.
It's the dude who got a couple million out there or the actor who got rich. They dummies. They tend to fall into that bullshit.
Or the actor who like suddenly came up, right? They went from poor to rich and now they don't know how to manage it.
Okay, let's just look. Actors robbed by accountant.
How many?
Robbed by. Okay, let's look.
Yeah, let's see. Kevin Bacon.
I think Stallone was in there as well. Al Pacino, he claims to have lost around 50 million due to a corrupt accountant who mismanaged his funds and ran a Ponzi scheme.
Do you sue your accountant after this or what?
But then when they ain't got the money no more.
Fuck.
Kenan Thompson, 1.5 million. Sylvester Stallone and Uma Thurman both were celebrity victims.
Robert De Niro only lost $1 million.
Of financial advisor Kenneth Starr, who diverted $30 million of his client's money, leading to a prison sentence for Starr. Ben Stiller, $10 million. I remember they went to Bernie Madoff. They lost a ton of money. Kevin Bacon and his wife, John Malkovich.
What did I say? I knew Kevin Bacon was a part of that.
He lost $2 million to Bernie Madoff. Jack Nicholson.
Crazy.
$600,000. That ain't hurt Nicholson. De Niro lost $1 million to art dealer. That's not bad. Kiefer Sutherland, $869,000. Liv Taylor, $214,000. Dane Cook lost all his money too, right?
I don't know. That's why y'all don't get accountants. Okay. Account your own money. I'm just kidding. But like, damn.
I remember this one. Dane Cook's brother stole millions from him.
His brother?
Who is Randy? Don't bring anyone love into this.
What do you do after that? Do you like...
For people that don't know, your brother was handling your finances, right?
That's right.
And this was highly publicized at the time.
Yeah.
Was stealing money from you.
Yes.
Even though you were...
Siphoning millions and millions of dollars.
What
for years.
By the way, how like, and I'm not trying to relive trauma, but like, how do you is there a phone call where like, here's what's going on?
How did you discover it?
I woke up one morning. I was buying a home in California, and because I was buying a house here, my business was still run out of a P.O. box in Massachusetts. And I knew that once you're a resident, you can't really do that. The IRS doesn't, because it's less taxes in Massachusetts and all this stuff. So I ended up talking to my brother and saying, I found a new business manager out here. You're going to have a different position in the company. You can do fulfillment center stuff or merch, and I'm just going to do my stuff out here because I'm buying a home. He did not like that because he'd been sending me fake statements for maybe 10 years. Yeah, he would type up on Microsoft Word statements. That's a plug for Microsoft. I actually am one of their spokespeople. I've been working with Word for a lot of years. I also work with Excel, and I just want to shout out to Microsoft. Anyway, back on.
They're so excited for that. Thank you.
So I wake up on a Monday morning.
Life.
This is what's really crazy about it is that on the Friday I loved my brother. I really did. He was my first real best friend in my life, and I wrote him a letter on the Friday because I knew he was a little trepidatious about me moving the business. I told him it's going to be all right. Everything's going to be great. I've got some new ideas. I think I know how to, come back with a Rocky II moment. And he wrote to me on that Friday, and the last 3 words he ever said as my brother, he said, "To the future." And then Monday I woke up and I literally sat up in my bed, turned to my girlfriend, woke her up, and I go, "I think my brother stole all my money."
You just had this
feeling? Did you know?
Yeah. I think because a lot of things had added up, and my new business manager that I just hired, he was also getting pushback from my brother to send the materials that...
Yeah, like transfer things over.
And it was even my new business manager was like, this is, really off kilter. Usually people will send me, and it hit me. And I went down to Bank of America on the corner of Crescent Heights and Santa Monica.
Oh, shit.
And I went in, I talked to the manager, she brought me into her office, and basically it was like, yeah, there's nothing in your corporate accounts. I couldn't even get into my own accounts. I gave her my federal ID number, she goes, none of these work. He'd given me false, yeah. I'd never looked in my bank.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I just trusted him.
Can we go to the next
Why
thing?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So... At that moment, this is like a fuck.
Can you add suspenseful music
that's
to
the
this?
thing. This is the movie I want to watch.
So where's his brother now?
This is the shit I love.
I'm curious.
So,
we can see.
What? Okay. So what? Like, who next? Like, you talk to the businessman, your current business manager. Like, so what do we do? Like, what do you do? Call the FBI?
So I called the Attorney General's office of Massachusetts.
Wow.
I knew a lot of those people because I'd done so many benefit shows.
Yeah.
And I called them and I said, listen. I said, you're going to want to find my brother. I said, not only because of what he's probably stolen from me, I said, but probably what he's stolen from the state. And then they were like, we're on
ding,
it.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah.
And so they got him. They arrested him and his wife. And I ended up having to go into court a year later and read what is known as a victim impact letter in front of my brother. Who I didn't
Holy
see.
shit.
Yeah, it was like a movie moment. It was really unbelievable.
And he's sent to prison?
Yeah. I sent him to, actually, he was before he worked for me, he was a corrections officer. He was at the prison I sent him back to.
What?
I hired him and got him out of the jail to work for me. I made him quit and said, I know I'm a working road comic. I go, but I will figure out a way to get an umbrella and get your, because I knew he was getting a lot from the state, protection or dental and blah, blah. Yeah. So it's weird because that was he quit the prison to come help his little brother. What did I do? I worked harder because now I got to make.
It's like a response. It's like having a kid.
So would I go back and change any of this? Zero. Literally everything was something that led to a more fortunate situation for me, which is crazy. Essentially,
I'm guessing here, but what motivated him was greed, right? He just had access to it. Entitlement.
That's what the judge said. And I felt it. And seeing him and looking at him that day in the courtroom was surreal.
And what did
because
he do
looked like a shark. He just had dead, nothing eyes. Nothing. No emotion. I didn't look at a person who I knew. I was looking at a stranger. We had different dads. Different dads, same mom, different
There
dads.
you go. That explains it.
That doesn't explain it, ladies.
Is that right?
There's a lot to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Was his dad a psycho?
Psycho. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole family had impact disorders.
Wait.
What? Wait, had what?
Different impact disorders.
What is that? Oh, from...
like people who don't know any kind of like his dad one time in a movie theater, the kid behind them wouldn't stop talking. He turned, he smacked a stranger's kid. That's impact disorder. It's like people that don't know, like, oh no, there's a decorum with how you treat each other.
Yeah.
So they all had some bad DNA.
And so his wires are crossed, basically.
His wires were definitely crossed.
And had you seen did you any indication that growing up, like, I don't know, Timmy's kind of fucking...
Yeah, and like later, I could look back and be like, oh shit, okay, that was that. You
put it together.
Cold.
Yeah.
A sociopath is somebody who, they they're like chameleons. They know how to become what you are, or what was that? I don't know. It just
honestly,
I don't know.
Keep talking.
I don't like that.
They can be anybody. Go ahead. Loving fathers, comedians, podcasters.
Who do you want me to be?
Will you be my brother?
Of course.
Aww.
Can I manage your accounts again?
Dane.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So continue. So he would be whoever. So he was like your.
So I put him in jail.
Your bestie.
Put him in jail. Put his wife in jail. They were in cahoots.
What did he spend on?
Yeah, that's fascinating.
It's called squirreling. They just hid a lot of it. I have money, actually. I should make treasure maps, because I know that there's some places where there's some money.
They stashed them.
Stashed a lot of it.
Did you get to recoup?
I got a little chunk of it. I got like about a year and a half later, the police opened up a wall in his house and found $800,000. And the cops called me and sent me a picture of my email. They go, look at this fucking money we got, kid. Coming back to you, kid.
What the fuck?
And so but then they had to hold that. So I didn't see that until like years later. He also didn't pay my taxes. So I had to pay more in penalties.
Oh, no.
I couldn't get that money from the IRS until I paid what he did to me's penalties. And then once they convicted him, then this IRS actually sent me a check like, okay, yeah, now it's good. You're right. It was his responsibility. But what saved me after is he took everything. He basically took, tens of millions of dollars from me. Oh. And I had $325,000 in stocks, something you can't pull out easily. He was like pulling everything out that last year. Once I saw a forensics audit, they call it, I got to see kind of what he did and how he did it. But he couldn't take that stock money. So I took that stock money, and now that's 2007. We're in the worst housing crisis in that the country's seen in however many years.
Yeah.
People were like holding on to their money. I took that money and I started renting arenas. So the arena tour was, I rented those arenas. I rented those like you rent a hall.
So you didn't do the traditional promoter deal, like it was like, I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
And then I incur all the risk, but I get all the reward when it sells.
Exactly. It was like, okay, here's the door deal at this 15,000 seater. I played 100 arenas, and what I did is every month I'd rent 3 or 4 more, because I was starting to get this money back. And what was really honestly amazing, the thing that touched me the most was, I knew I'd already hit like this upper wave. I knew I had fans, and most of your fans are going to be your fans if they like you and you don't fuck up. But I wasn't ready for the outpouring of support and how many people actually did spend their hard-earned dollar. So they saved my life in a sense, and it gave me a new outlook on, like, for the rest of my life, I'm never going to do a movie or a TV show or anything that I don't feel like is truly something that I can feel engaged in. It's never going to just be for a couple of bucks.
Right.
Because I don't want to sell, people that like what I do short.
Oh, you just watched
wild shit
in your mom's house.
That is crazy.
Wild shit.
So they're probably in prison right now still?
They might be out because this was a while, and that's a financial crime. They probably ain't gone for that fucking long.
Can I have some of those
What?
gummies over there?
These ain't gummies.
No.
Oh, these special. These glow in the dark gummies.
Oh.
So I need these. So don't open my fucking gummy bears. Someone sent me these. A company sent me these glow in the dark. These glow in the dark gummies with a black light.
Seems hazardous a little bit.
Yeah. So you could see if someone have something on them that.
I'm clean, homeboy.
Oh my God. What's that patch?
I have a bruise. Pretty gnarly bruise. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
I saw some candy over there on the countertop. Can I have some?
Where?
On the countertop in there.
What kind of what gummies? I mean, those are Jolly Ranchers.
Those are Jolly Ranchers?
Would you like a Jolly Rancher?
No.
They're super sweet. Yeah. Anyway, guys, my point is, you can't trust even your family, dude. You can't trust even your family. They always rob you.
Well, especially if they have a different daddy than you.
Oh, are you upset with that party?
Yeah, why they gotta highlight the different dad part?
Maybe that's a part of it.
Still family.
Maybe that's a part of it, you know?
That sucks though. Hey, to be stealing from your brother just to stash it and hide it is diabolical. Yeah, it's like you're not even stealing because you need help. You're just stealing just to be greedy. Like, let me just hide this I'm not even gonna use it. I'm just hiding it in the walls for keepsake. He knew he was gonna eventually get caught, which is he's probably, you know, if they've been out of prison, he probably went to one of his stash houses and he's chilling.
Yeah, I mean, maybe,
you know?
maybe.
Crazy.
But it always, I mean, okay, by the way, a lot of y'all don't know who Dane Cook was. Dane Cook was the shit. Like a while back, that dude was selling out arenas like fucking crazy.
Well, we just heard he bought them.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is he was selling out arenas like crazy, right? But he kind of fell off. Like his career did not go the way I thought, because I thought he was gonna be one of the biggest comedians fucking ever.
What happened?
I mean, he actually was one of the biggest comedians ever. At some
he just had his time.
He was the shit on MySpace too. Back in the MySpace days, he was really big.
He had his time.
And he just married like one 20-year-old girl or some shit like that.
Oh, maybe that's what happened. Somebody said, didn't he marry somebody underage?
Yeah, he married a really young girl.
Are they still together?
I think so.
Oh.
Dane Cook married? Okay. So see here, what's the age difference between Dane Cook and his wife? Okay, Dane Cook was 51, she was 24. All right. So what is that?
Holy moly.
What? That's 27
they dated
years?
For 6 years?
Hold on, they dated for 6 years?
How does that work?
I know, homeboy. There's some questions there.
Is that true?
Okay, so 27 years difference, I mean, is that bad? That's Hollywood, though. You know what I mean? This Hollywood. Let's look at that picture there.
Are they still together?
I think so. He got a lot of shit for this, but I mean, like, why do you need to marry her, though? That's the fucking thing. And like, why you need to...
Because they dated for 6 years.
Why you need to go public with your underage girl? Not underage, I mean, fuck it, who cares? She cute, though. You know? She is a cutie. That's not imagine girls of my dreams here in Hawaii. Oh, yeah. There she is. Guys, this could be you, okay? Don't let the haters hate. Don't let Shayla them hold you back, all right? If you got something young and hot, go ahead. Marry her. That's cool.
I don't know. If I'm 24, I'm not dating no 51-year-old man.
You need to chill, man.
Or marrying him. You think she did it for the money?
Huh? Do I think she did it for the money?
Maybe they really fell in love.
Oh, I mean, what is Dane Cook's net worth?
They dated for 5 years before. So he started dating her when she was what, 16?
She was young. Oh, okay. Right now they have him listed at 35 million. All right, that's good.
How old was he when they started dating? How old was she?
Probably like fucking 18.
She was 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Probably about 18.
Literally 18.
She's about 18.
I didn't fall. I don't even know how I got that bruise.
She's about 18. You know?